Recording live from our studio at Hudson FC on this post-international break Thursday, and we've got a couple special guests for you. Tanner from Atlanta United Fan TV, and Nick, the garlic bread warlord from soccer over there.
What up? Greatest name on Twitter.
How are you guys
Isn't
doing?
it the greatest name? Every time I read it, I get hungry.
Hey, well, you know, I'm just out here to help the people.
Yeah.
Do you have a garlic bread sponsor? Because if you don't, you should really get on that.
You
I
really
need to work
honestly.
on that
Yes.
immediately.
Yeah. Is it the garlic bread that? Okay, so every time that I eat garlic bread, it's normally with a specific meal. So like, for me, it's spaghetti. Like grilled garlic bread and spaghetti go hand in hand.
Perfect.
Garlic bread
So-
in any Italian pasta, like any food. Like
Oh, yeah.
is
So
Italian, garlic bread,
when you say
good
you're a
choice.
garlic bread warlord,
Oh, yes.
what entirely does that mean?
What it means is that my son and I had some garlic bread in front of us, and my son is 9, and he kept trying to reach for my garlic bread, and I had this moment where I don't know how much I can say on camera, but I was willing to inflict a certain level of aggression to ensure that my garlic bread was preserved and just for me. And in that moment,
I see what
told
you're
him,
saying.
I said, my boy, I love you. I brought you into this world.
Well,
but I will go
you didn't,
full.
but-
No, I did not. I did none of the work. But I'm saying I will go full warlord on you if you touch my garlic bread again. And his
Hands
eyes
off my fucking
got-
garlic bread.
His eyes got about this
Look,
big.
I get you're my son and I love you and everything,
Yeah.
but you're going to learn something about life. This is my garlic bread.
That is
Get
correct.
your own.
That's correct.
Oh, you already ate your own. That sucks. So does life. Get used to it.
So, guys, a lot going on. First, I want to cover just some stuff that's been going on with Atlanta United Fan TV and Unrelegated. We're a family now, if you didn't know. And
Surprise.
And, yeah, surprise.
I could not look at
And
Kelly.
the kid is yours. No. So we
That
did,
would not be the first time I heard that.
we did a vlog recently with was Mark from Atlanta
Yes.
Fan TV, AJ, and Kelly.
Yes.
And we went to that pop-up exhibit at the gallery at Wish ATL.
Yep.
And that was really cool. So we saw all the sort of iconic moments, photos. They had the books on display that you can get, the United and Conquered books. They had all of the jewelry, including the $10,000 fan ring that we found out they only made 17
They
of.
only made
They already
17.
made them.
They already made
so
them.
it's not like they're doing it to order. They made 17, and that's
And that's it. Correct.
Wow.
So if
Yeah.
you do drop the 10 grand, you will be one of 17 people to have
Yep.
one.
And again, if you do that, you're an asshole. Can we just agree that if you spend $10,000 on a ring,
Don't do a Waka Flocka.
Don't do a
and
Waka
lose your
Flocka.
ring at a music festival.
Or tweet about it.
I just don't get, like, for my thing, I think they're cool. I get it. But, like, it should only be replicas. You shouldn't be able to get the ones that the players
No,
have. They earned
absolutely
it
not.
on the
But-
field. As a fan, as cool as it is, you
their
should
rings
never-
are worth way more than 10 grand.
Yeah, but even so, you shouldn't even have
they're
one.
also they're customized differently as well, which
Right.
means that they have more diamonds and more things like that on them. So
Yeah.
they're definitely more
And they have
worth
the
more than
name
10,000.
on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So- Still.
So if it's 10,000, what level of customization am I getting for this? And 2, is it a package deal? Do I get like a special jersey with it? Do I get
Well,
anything
I
else?
don't
No,
know,
that's
Nick.
it.
I didn't ask. I don't have
This is
$10,000.
what we need to know, though.
I think you get the knowledge of knowing that you are only one of 17 people rich enough to own one.
You know, to be completely frank, I'm pretty sure I know at least one person that probably has one.
Yeah. Okay.
Really?
You
Yeah.
always know the secrets. I don't know
I do.
what's going on with that.
It's weird how I know, but I
It's
just
not
know
Waka Flocka.
it is not Waka Flocka.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But
I bet-
I think I know at least
His
one
was
person
customized,
that
I
would
think.
have one.
So, also, you guys, and I say you guys, I mean that Atlanta United Fan TV, I think it was the episode with Devin talking about Julian Gressel, the latest Five Stripe Weekly, had a throw-in from This Week in MLS. And Susanna Collins and Kalen Carr kind of threw a question to the podcast about how Atlanta United fans were feeling about what's going on lately, and then they're throwing back to them, and maybe I guess we'll be on their show.
Yeah, I think they want us up there at some point in time.
as
It'd be
well,
a blast to get up there, to get up to New York. I think we'd love to go up there at some point, whether it's the City game or the Red Bulls game. I think that'd make sense for all of us, just so we can really
Absolutely.
see that. And besides, there's plenty of tickets at Red Bull Arena anyway, especially
Yes.
when you're losing to teams like Orlando.
And it's not even about losing to teams to Orlando. Like this is a conversation that I had with Jason on Soccer Down here this past Monday morning when we do our unrelegated takeover. But like the marketing for that team is exceptionally not hitting the markets that they need to, and the lack of turnout they have is due to that, and it's shitty because honestly the Red Bulls are a great a great team, and they should be drawing more fans than they are.
I'm not upset about it, though, because if Atlanta United are having a down year, for the Red Bulls to also not do well makes it advantageous to United. If we are slow to get off the blocks, if you know that your biggest rival traditionally is struggling as well, I mean, if you get to the playoffs and you're playing good football and they can figure out how to play on the road, then this team's good enough to beat anyone regardless of who it is.
We'll get into that after the break. And before we get into all of that, I did want to mention that we also, in addition to the vlog, in addition to new collaboration with This Week in MLS and potentially going up there, etc., we got to spend some time with Breck Shea. And so AJ, Devin, and I went over to hang out at Ink and Dagger Tattoo in Roswell with the Eddie Stacy, and we got to hang out for a couple of hours with Breck while he got his tattoo. So look forward to some content coming out with some cool stuff that resulted from that. And that's going to be really dope. So
Devin and Breck Shea in the same room, I can see how that could be some very interesting conversation.
It was a lot of dude.
Yes. Yeah, I could see that as well.
More or less dude than Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah.
No, super laid back guy, was very open with us, and we got a lot of cool nuggets from that.
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, me too. So no pressure, AJ. No pressure.
No pressure on the end, bro. It's fine.
I edited the vlog, so the pressure's off me. I got that out. And so, yeah. But as you can see, we're pumping out content like crazy fast.
Don't forget
right now.
Kate Riley as well.
So that's a sneak preview. I didn't realize that Kate would be releasing a photo so early, but I'm actually really glad that she did, because it gave all of our fans a sneak preview and sort of like the amazing content that we got coming. So we did. Me and Tanner had the wonderful opportunity to sit and talk. Well, not to sit. We stand and talk with Kate Riley about some of her.
Right. We have a
fun
top
things.
secret new show coming out.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that we got to talk with Kate Riley.
I didn't say the name, did I?
No, you didn't.
All right, we're good.
We didn't. And I didn't really see anything else either.
And
Jay's giving us this face like, shut up right now.
Well, you mentioned the show, so the show's out now.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the photo was out.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about
I
right
didn't
now.
know
so
we
it's still
could
secret.
talk about the show, the name of it. And all that
We didn't talk about the name of the show.
You did. You said Kit Chat, but that's okay.
Can we just?
I actually didn't.
Yeah.
Can we just bleep that?
Wait, hold on. Time out. Stop. Time out. Stop. You can actually cut this out right now. We actually didn't say Kit Chat.
I heard you say it. Yeah.
I didn't say Kit Chat.
I guess I said it.
Yeah, one of you said it.
Said it.
I guess I said it. You could have just bleeped me.
He said something.
You can
okay.
you can bleep all of them.
I think we should.
I'm not editing
Actually-
any of this.
actually,
I don't have time tonight to edit this. I don't have
Yeah,
time.
just put the bleep on him and then keep it.
It's going to be hard cuts. Then it's going to look awful. So don't
Just
worry.
bleep it.
Just bleep it.
Well, what am I going to bleep? This whole segment that we just stopped?
No,
and
just
talk about it?
bleep the name.
Yeah, just
bleep the name.
Just pull up the waveform on the audio.
It's fine now because now I'm going to have to cut this whole 5-minute segment out. So it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Whoops.
I don't know. I mean, I was just told we can't say the.
I didn't know we couldn't say the name.
I was just told that we don't, like, in case something changed or something. So I don't know.
Gets on podcast first time, fucks up, reveals name of show. I'm basically Tom Holland.
I don't know the rules. I was just told not to talk about. Like,
I didn't know the rules.
What a fantastic
Or
time to
Tom
eat some
Holland,
French
actually,
fries.
now that I think about it.
All right, so
If I need to go out and bleep the name, I can. I'll bleep the name for you.
At this point, we have 5 minutes of us making
I'll
fun.
bleep it for you.
you're gonna download DaVinci and Premiere Pro and edit out the video for
I'm
you.
going to just add a bleep.
Right? Yeah. No.
Well-
this is video.
Well, then let's just cut it, and then I'll say something along the lines of, "Yeah,
Don't worry
I said
about
something."
it. I'll figure it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great time to tell everybody to come out to Hudson FC for all of your sports, beverage, and food needs. It's here, Hudson FC,
sorry,
right up at
Jay.
Petrie
It's
Industrial
okay.
Boulevard.
I'll figure it out.
Whoops.
Fucking Tanner. God damn it.
I mean, the picture was fine. I just didn't know that we could say. I thought we couldn't say the name and stuff yet because I didn't know that was all ironed in case it didn't come out. or
Either
whatever.
way, fun stuff coming.
Fun stuff. Okay,
Keep a lookout.
I'm exceptionally jealous of the amount of content that you guys put out. I think it's incredible. So well done.
Thank you.
I wish to God I
you.
had that kind of time.
I was saying that to Jay earlier today as I was reveling with Kevin with Home Before Dark about how much content's coming out nowadays and just how incredibly enamored I am with the amount of work that's being put into it. And Jay, I got to give you huge props. Obviously, you and AJ do a lot of work, but I mean, by all means, I can't thank you enough for everything that you do for both Unrelegated and Atlanta United Fan TV.
The edit game is strong.
very
Super
strong.
strong.
Thank you.
As somebody who has a mountain of student debt who went to school to learn this stuff, I am extraordinarily impressed by your work, sir. And I'm infuriated
That you
somebody
spent all that
went-
money?
I spent all that money for nothing.
YouTube University, baby. Proud graduate. of.
He's a summa cum laude, this man right here.
So, guys, we have some Atlanta United news that we can talk about. But first, I want to get into the international break.
Yep.
And Josef Martinez got in there, and a few minutes later for Venezuela versus Argentina, went ahead and pulled away a penalty kick. And he's the one that earned it, too. So
Yeah, he did.
doing Josef things.
It was a penalty, to be
Yeah,
perfectly honest.
yeah.
He kind of threw himself to the ground. But actually, when he did the penalty run-up that we're all very familiar with, the whole world was
Everybody
just like,
lost
what
their
is
mind.
he doing? Why is the guy doing this
Nobody-
silly penalty
Yeah.
where he hops? And everyone's like, what's going on? And he was like, he does it every time. He
Nobody's
scores.
paying attention to Venezuela-Panama. And it's his first goal since, 2016
For the national team.
or something
Yeah.
for the national team.
So that's a huge goal for him.
So nobody's seen
And
it?
it's
I didn't
Argentina.
realize nobody's seen that on the global stage.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it kind of tells you how much people watch Atlanta United and MLS outside of, like, if there's a big name like Almiron, they
Yeah.
still don't really pay attention, and which I guess gives you a line
I mean,
to
I
grow
would
to.
I would honestly say that Joseph's also up onto that stage of goals with Almiron, or like acknowledgement of Almiron. But the thing that they're probably researching, are when they are not researching, but when they see, it's not penalty kicks.
Well, he takes a bunch of them.
Well, the issue
Yeah,
is
but that's not what they're pushing though.
on a global on the global soccer level. He had his shot in Switzerland. He had his shot in Italy, and so he's a known quantity
Yeah,
to them.
yeah.
And as a result, they're kind of like, "Oh yeah, it's the guy who really didn't make it here." Okay, cool, yeah, and turn the channel.
Yeah.
But if they only knew that, oh yes, players can grow and develop, and
Yeah.
now he's infinitely more
Infinitely
superior.
better, yeah.
Oh yeah. His FIFA card radically
It's just
upgraded
funny how
since
he's
then.
been he did that hop and skip and a jump probably at least half a dozen times last season, and he does it once on the world stage. People are like, "Holy crap! Like, have you seen that?" And we're just like, "Yeah."
He does it all the time.
What are you talking
Casual.
about? Also, P.D. Martinez played the first half for Argentina in their first match and was out with an injury. We'll talk about the injuries after the break. Miles Robinson, guys, he started and played 75 minutes for the U.S. under-23 team that ended up drawing the Netherlands 0-0 in Spain, and he came on as a halftime sub in a 2-0 loss to Egypt.
Yeah.
And he didn't look bothered at all against the Netherlands. Not at
No.
all.
He's really developing very quickly, and,
Yeah.
And I love
hope
it.
can
I love
continue.
every minute of it.
I can tell you right now that we've had more Robinson customization orders in the team store in the last week than we've ever had in the previous
That's
year
wild.
before that.
I
just
love
people are
it.
coming in now and just Robinson, and they're just blown away by
Hey, Miles Robinson.
We need to get a Miles
Easy.
Robinson tats with Miles.
the guy. Does
We
he-
should.
I mean, I'd be down for that one. That's
We'll
for
just
sure.
like you're getting a tattoo.
I'm due for a tattoo soon, so if we can like squeeze that into a tattoo.
Eddie said any of the guys at Ink and Dagger would be able to do that line work for you real well. So
right,
yeah,
and it's particular because it's at a certain part of my body that needs it
You
to be
just gotta make
extremely
the jump.
small and fine.
just make the jump. Just do it.
I mean, I have a tattoo. Like, it's not like it's my first one.
Yeah, but this one's
it's particular-
visible.
Just get a full
This
tribal.
one is Well, my first one's kind of visible also, but like this one is like, I'm not going in where it's going to be exactly because you'll figure it out later. But yeah, no, it's something that I've been trying to
This
research.
is an audio medium, by the way, so
That's true. I want to get a tattoo on my neck, but like behind my ear. And so it has to be extremely small and fine and detailed, but it's
Yeah.
on my neck. So like,
it sounds painful. I'm not gonna lie.
That sounds very
sounds
painful.
really
But
painful.
You should go to Ink and Dagger and do it for sure.
I would trust
All those
Eddie
all
for-
those people are great.
yeah.
Yeah.
I will never get a tattoo. Too scared.
So you're like Julian Gressel. You're like,
Pretty much.
not gonna do that.
But back to Robinson, can
Yeah.
we give a shout out to Atlanta United's scouting ability? The fact
for
that they keep
that draft,
unearthing-
the best
That draft
year.
is the best draft year ever, right?
I mean, how many other MLS?
Don Lobby's in there, isn't he? And you can go on and on who's all's in there, and then but yeah, it's especially it worked out well for
to
Atlanta.
bring out two starters in your first ever draft, to have a wing back who's the best wing back in the league probably, and to have a center back who's quickly developing into one of the best center backs in the league.
Yeah,
And then you're looking at for this round, Aseydu
yeah.
looks amazing.
Yes.
He
looks
always
so
looks good in
good.
every Atlanta 2 game. You're like, holy shit, this guy is like, this could be depth next year for midfield.
For sure.
Or
Yeah,
even at the
Or,
US
hell, if you're
Open
in a
Cup.
three-man midfield with Nagby, Remedi, and
US
and
Open Cup,
Asiedu,
baby, I wanna
they
see
would
him.
cover every blade of grass on
Yeah.
the pitch twice over.
I want to see him. And that's another one. Aseydu, tats with a Sayadu. That would be cool too.
That
We
needs
need
to
to get
happen.
all these guys tattoos. Just get them all tatted
for
up
everyone.
for the selfish purpose of Atlanta United Fan TV interviews.
Well, people talk about the New England Patriots, and they say, how do they keep unearthing this talent? What do they have where they can keep finding people in later rounds that just pan out to be like Super Bowl caliber talent?
5'9" white wide receivers.
Yeah, and everyone keeps overlooking, and it seems like Atlanta United has that gene in them where they say, yeah, okay, we'll take this guy that no one else seems to really want,
Right.
and because he's small, okay, whatever. Sure.
MLS Combine MVP.
Yeah.
And you don't get that just on a fluke. You
Right.
get that for day in and day out, going hard, consistently.
Wasn't Miles in one of the MLS starting lineups
he's a
of the week?
Generation Adidas player. I know
Yeah.
that
Well,
much.
that, but I'm just saying, I think he
Oh, he
made-
was in Team of the Week.
Team of the
also
Week
for
yeah,
the Philadelphia Week.
Yeah, exactly. Very cool. Andrew Carleton also scored a goal in a 2-1 win for the U.S. under-20s against Japan and Spain, and he just missed one, a dope free kick in a 2-2 draw with France in his first match. So Andrew looking like he's really put his head down in the offseason, and it's paying off.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he's doing quite well. So yeah, we'll continue to see him in the lineup, I'm sure. And then we had an interesting match. So probably the best international friendly I've ever seen in my entire life, to be honest. It was Mexico-Paraguay.
Oh,
And
so good.
So it was Tata Martino versus the new head coach, Eduardo Berizzo, who they played for New Old Boys together.
Yeah, they did.
apparently. And so maybe that's why Berizzo was trying to pass him the ball into his face.
To his face. Yeah.
He was trying to set him up for a header, bro.
Look, all
he
I'm
was
saying-
going to goal.
Like, what was that?
If Tata did that, he would have gotten a red card, as we all know.
Yeah,
He'd
he'd been
sent off.
thrown out.
He'd been
Yeah,
thrown
like Tata Martino. Inciting his players to kick other players. What was it that was said in
Yeah,
Red Bull's
well,
game?
yeah, the Red Bulls game.
Speaking of players kicking other players,
Yeah.
Miguel Almiron.
Yeah, it was the other way around.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
I didn't
here
even
we
know
go.
he was I didn't know that he was capable of doing that as a human being.
It just looked
Nobody,
sloppy. Yeah.
to be honest, I don't think Miguel knew he was capable of doing that. I mean, it just,
he just
ended
looked
up
so late.
It just
like,
ended up being
yeah.
one of those things where, like, he got caught in this moment where he's trying to get the ball back, and he thinks foul him, but I think he just went a little too far.
He didn't
I don't
need
think
to foul
Miguel,
him there. It wasn't in a dangerous place
just
for
kicked
them.
him in the
wasn't.
back of the leg.
Um,
like, why would you do that?
I mean, like, full cleat, too.
It almost looked like
was,
he was half in a mind of like, I'm gonna get there, and then no, I'm not, and then he
Yeah.
still had his leg out, and I mean, once I watched it again, it didn't. I mean, it was a bad challenge. It was
It was
not
a-
the
It was
most
really
horrendous
bad.
thing I've ever
It
seen.
was a red
though.
card.
People
It
are like,
actually-
that is the most horrendous. Like, I've seen people's legs snap. That
Oh,
was
yeah,
not
yeah,
that
no,
caliber of challenge. It scraped the back of the
I mean,
calf.
so-
I've had that happen to me. It hurts, but it's not doing any. Other than bruising your leg,
Well,
it's not doing
whoever
major
says
damage.
that that's the most horrendous challenge that they've ever seen, I invite go get Fanatis and then put up TYC because they run bumpers.
Oh, my
in
God.
between their shows of nothing but horrific challenges.
That's
from that
all
week in the
horrible.
Super
The
Bowl.
Why
only, the only thing I would say is actually quite simple. Watch Sergio Ramos.
Yeah. Nobody. No. Yeah. He gets away with it. Yeah. He would
You
have
want
gotten
to
away
see
with it too.
horrendous? Watch that guy.
He wouldn't
right
have been
there.
red carded. He would have gotten. We would have gotten away
Oh, he
with
would
it.
have got nothing. He would have winked at the
He
ref.
would have
and
been
good.
like, yeah, they would have been like, it's Sergio.
So it's funny to see
Sergio.
some Mexico fans like Tata gets hit in the face with the ball, no reaction.
No
Miguel commits a red card foul. Dirty player. like he's not a dirty player. It was a bad challenge. Relax. So Twitter blew up on that one. It was like, he's a dirty player. That was a dirty play, so therefore he's a dirty player. I'm like, that's the logic now we're going with.
That is the logic they're going with.
One tackle.
Look, it's a professional foul that was poorly timed.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
to me.
That's what it looked to me. It was just bad timing.
I'm just going to knock the guy down, and then I'll get a yellow card. It'll be fine. And then instead, my entire cleat's going into the back of this guy's leg now. Oops. And, then it's brawl for it all and Thunderdome in the middle of the field. But,
Yeah.
it's okay when it's your player doing it, right? If you're on the other end of it, of course, it's the worst challenge you've ever seen in your life. But Twitter needs to, and I know that I'm so stupid.
I think
in saying
MLS
that.
Buzz tweeted that he had in MLS he had or last season he had the third most fouls or something like that in the league, and then the first most as an attacker. So but that's his playing defense. He's just
Yeah.
he's always chasing after the ball.
He did that a lot when he was playing for us, and he was pulling back on.
It feels
team.
like he's like one of the most fouled people, and then he also commits the most fouls. So I guess he's got a balanced game.
Yeah.
Balanced game. It's called a balanced player, guys.
That's a well-rounded player
Right.
is what that is.
There you go. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll come back, talk some Atlanta United news, and then, we got some league news, too, that's interesting.
Also,
We'll be right
that's March Madness you hear in the background.
Yeah, a lot of March Madness.
Hey, guys.
What's up, everyone?
As you know, we are huge Atlanta Beer Bus fans.
Oh my God, we are the hugest fans.
And you may know because we've given you offers in the past, and now we've got a new offer for you.
You guys are going to be blown away.
If you don't know, Atlanta Beer Bus is Atlanta's only hop-on and hop-off brewery shuttle service.
Yeah, and you can ride between 7 breweries, 1 cidery, and a distillery, and even a MARTA station for only $15 a day.
But guys, Fridays are now happy hour. You can now ride for $10 on Fridays.
You got to be kidding me. $10?
Yeah, so what are you guys doing? Why are you taking expensive Lyft rides or Uber to
Makes
breweries?
no sense. Or having to try to find them on a map or Waze. I
Yeah.
mean, don't do that.
Or trying to designate a friend as a designated driver and punishing him
Oh my
or her.
God, those conversations, they're awful. Those are awful conversations.
Someone's always grabbing the short straw.
Well, I mean, really, it's most likely.
Plus, guys,
me.
as Kelly's favorite, you
Beer
get
nerds!
you get
They're
beer
the beer nerds!
You get beer nerds, guys. That means you get somebody that's going to tell you all about the brewery, all about what's new before you even get there, so you don't have to get off and then pause and wait for somebody to give you a tour and all of that. It's all done on the shuttle
They're
ahead of time.
nerds that love beer.
Plus-
How could you not like them?
Plus, the drivers, they got great taste in music, I hear. So,
Yeah, perfect taste in music.
yeah. Maybe bring your own mixtape. I don't think they have. Do you think they have cassette tape players?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
But listen, guys, Unrelegated listeners now get 20% off daily passes with the promo code UNREL. That's UNREL. And the reason that's cool is because they can now be used on any weekend route.
Any weekend route. That means Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And because Fridays, like Jay said, are now happy hour, that means Unrelegated listeners can ride the bus on a Friday for just $8.
Now, listen, the offer is limited to one person per weekend and cannot be combined with other offers, but that doesn't matter because you only need one day to get through these breweries,
you only
guys.
need one. And you know what? If you want any more kind of cool tidbits and other facts about them, you can follow them at ATL Beer Bus on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
And you can visit them at atlantabeerbus.com for full details, as the daily routes may change on occasion. So go there, check it out, see what the routes look like, and then go ahead and use your code.
Atlanta Beer Bus, people. Create your own beer adventure.
What are you waiting for? Go do it. And we're back. March Madness.
Yes.
Making
Gotta tell
everybody
you,
crazy
it's
right now.
crazy.
We had a lot of March Madness going on behind us.
Tennessee
above
needs to
us.
win this game, or I'm gonna just shit a brick.
Well, when this comes out, we'll know what happened.
That's very true. They're in overtime right now, so we'll see.
Guys, we have some injury news. Atlanta United, and I don't know why I put this under injury news, but yeah, Atlanta United, P.T. Martinez, minor hamstring, already running in training, though, apparently.
Yep.
And DeBoer's optimistic he could be available for the New England Revolution match on April 13th.
Right, which basically means he's out for Columbus.
Right. And then we also have Franco Escobar returning to start on the bench versus Columbus, which is a big need because that back four seems to be the best thing that's going to go for us. I mean, and Frank DeBoer seemed to have said so. He said that, he admitted, we need to have a back four. It's better with Escobar.
So Escobar started with, or I played some minutes this weekend with ATLUTD too.
Yeah, he looked okay.
He didn't look very fresh, and I think that was one of the biggest things that you took away from the game. Like he got
he
good
looked
touches.
fit. He just didn't look like he was
match fit.
No, he looked match fit.
He looked match fit.
He just wasn't sharp.
Correct. That's the correct terms.
Yeah.
He looked match fit, but he was not sharp.
Because he's been running around for a month training.
So I don't see him starting, honestly.
No. They said he wasn't. Yeah, they said he's starting on the bench. So.
I don't even know if he'll play, to be honest. It really
He may
depends on
not.
what kind of shape they want to go with. Because if he's playing the back three again, I wouldn't put him in that back three spot.
No, but they could switch to a back four easily, depending. I mean, when we've played, I'm trying to think when we've played Columbus. We've played them in a couple different formations, and we've done the 4-2-3-1, and we've also been the 5-3-2, or 3-5-2. So it's I don't know. It'll be fine. Tito Villalba came out and said as well, apparently, that he feels that we are getting to look more like the Atlanta United that he expects, the team that they're planning and putting a plan together to play Columbus like they did last season. He said,
when did that come out? I didn't hear that
today. Dirty South Soccer had an article about the last hour or two.
Well, that's comforting.
But that's what happens when you get out of schedule compression.
Yeah. When you have time to train and learn a new system and formations and how your coach wants you to
Isn't that
move.
crazy?
It's crazy how
that
that works.
Wild.
Florentine Pogba and Kevin Kratz are day-to-day with hamstring and calf injuries. George Bello still coming back from a groin injury, so we don't know what the heck's going on with him. Chris Goslin is still a knee injury as well, listed week to week. And then Parkhurst missed some training on Wednesday with an illness, but he returned Thursday, is expected to play against Columbus. He'll be fine. He's one of those guys where he could be missing an arm. He'll still play.
Standard Parkhurst.
And then
the missing arm guy.
When we break into actual news, this stuff sort of just broke as we were recording, or before we recorded, right before we recorded. Atlanta United is expanding their training ground space another 17 acres.
Yes, for about, what was it, like $9.3 million?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
So I think it said it in the press release, but it was this expanding of the training ground. As I pull up my news right now.
So some kind of deal with Cobb County. They're buying more property on that property line and stuff like that.
So ATLUTD will soon expand its training grounds in Cobb County. Marietta City Council approved a contract to sell 17 acres at 849 Freakland Gateway to Atlanta United for $9.6 million.
Okay. So
there you go.
Just that land will now make it a $66 million training facility. 69. Nice. $69 million training facility. You know the Atlanta was thinking about that when they did that.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
Of course they did. That's why they gave that much money. And then they were like, it's honestly when we were 7, and we're like, no. We're going to make it 9.
Yeah, we'll pay you more. What? Atlanta. Also, Nick brought up before the pod the Atlanta United Regional Development School is now accepting
ladies.
women. Ladies, yeah. That's right.
So, for those of you who do not know what the Regional Development School is, Atlanta United has started putting out sort of smaller one-off academies or higher level of training. Their striker keeper clinics for the kids, and now they have a step above that, which is the Regional Development School. And if you go for a free tryout, and if you make it, then it's like $300, but you get like 5 weeks of top flight training. And I took my son out there. Sadly, he did not make it, but there were girls and guys out there, and you're not investing that kind of time in guys and girls, in my opinion, unless there may be something coming down the road for the ladies. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah. So, hint. Are these the seeds? Are these the seeds being planted?
These are the seeds, honestly. I think, in my opinion, they are.
Yeah, for a potential women's team in the future.
When you expand your training facility, when you allow for a lot more to be developed and created in that complex of a complex, I do think you open the gateway for women in soccer.
That's
17 acres.
Yeah, that's a few more pitches. Another building or so.
That's a lot of space.
That's a building, and then what? 3 more pitches?
How about more
That's
parking?
at least 2.5 Walmarts. So
I'm glad how we measure things down here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's at least
Put a Walmart fit there.
That's at least 11 Chick-fil-A's. In Atlanta 2 News, Romario Williams got the hat trick against Charlotte Independence last Saturday in a thrilling 3-3 draw.
Cow.
I thought, we were up like 3-1, and then it was 2-1, and then it was 3-2. We were losing, and in the 80th.
All happened like the last
minute.
10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And very back-to-back, and Romario Williams just killing it.
Was it his second goal where he absolutely sold that dude a dream?
Oh, yes, it was.
I think so, yeah.
Also, by the way, I've never heard that phrase in my life.
Phrase.
Sold that dude a dream?
Yeah, I sold him a dream. Sent man to the shops. I got loads of them.
Oh, my God. I've never heard this.
Yeah. So, also, watching that game, Asaidu again stood out. Romario Williams stood out. Gallagher stood out.
Yep.
They've been consistently great out for the team.
I'll be really happy to see Asaidu in the Open Cup.
He's got to be in it. You got to put that guy in there.
If he's playing like this, then he's going to find it.
He's going to find the top 18.
You could rotate him in for a Remedi.
Look, Frank de Boer coming from Ajax, the one thing you learn about Ajax is that they are not afraid to put young kids into critical situations. They have no problem making a 19-year-old the team captain. They have no problem in starting an 18 or 19-year-old in a Champions League game. That's what they do, and that's the system he came up with. If you play, and you play well, you will find the field. And it's going to come at some beloved veterans' playing time.
Expense, correct.
But, at the end, it's the future.
But again, that kind of builds into the if he wants to play with the back four and then you play with the midfield three, then a midfield three of Asiedu, if he continues to develop, Remedi and Nagby, like I said earlier, that's really good. Like, that covers a lot of grounds, decent on the ball. It's not the biggest in terms of height, but, I mean, if you're playing a possession-based game...
Could you imagine, though?
That'd be awesome.
Oh, my
I'd
God.
love that.
They would destroy people.
Yeah, he's a destroyer, but he can play box to box. It's weird.
Isn't that crazy?
He gets back. He reminds me of Miguel the way he defend. Like, he'll just come out of nowhere from behind somebody and just take the ball. But then he'll run forward.
I did notice that as well.
I think he had 2 assists in that game.
He did.
So he's also getting forward as well. So I mean, there's a lot of flexibility. I mean, and he admits, he says, I'm a destroyer. I sit back. He's got the guy that's sitting in front of your back line. But at the same time, he showed that he can string passes together like a 10 sometimes. He's got great vision, and he can hold on the ball like Nagby.
Yeah, you need that, though, to play this system.
He's got all these little traits that when he starts to really mature, I mean, this year, it's going to be amazing. So,
I mean, that's, again, exactly what you need, though.
Yeah.
I mean, because you have to have guys in midfield that can make those runs forward, that can interchange, that can get involved in the box. And when you play like a 4-3-3 or whatever, if you have those guys running into the box, that's what creates those spaces and those overloads. And if you look at a team, if that's your midfield three, and then you pick whoever you want out of 4 of PT, Josef, Barco, and Tito, then your back line, really left back, is your only question at that point, because Franco Escobar, Miles Robinson, LGP, and then who's left back, and then that's an MLS Cup winning team right there for multiple years, because it's age-wise in its mid-20s or younger, so you're going to have a really good ride there, and if you can get some more depth, then that's a team that might be able to challenge for a CONCACAF Champions League. But again, you'd need the money to allow them to do that. But for doing, following MLS rules, it's a pretty damn good team.
Also, in that match, Brandon Vasquez struggled in that game.
He did, yeah.
And it was really disappointing because I don't know what his role is anymore. They've tried him up front. They try him on the wing. He was part of the first goal where he will have these great moments on occasion where, he had a great through ball to Romario I can't remember if it was directly to him, but it basically started the play. It might have been to Asiedu, but it started the whole play that unfolded that led to the first goal. And then he just disappears for most of the match. And then when he started to get on the ball at the end, I mean, he missed 2 great chances, open net chances. I mean, wide open net. And he just seems to just get in front of the box and completely blank. I don't know. I just think it's time to move on from him.
It's such a departure from what we saw literally season 1 with Brandon, where he was being brought on at the end of matches to bring life and spark and creativity.
2 times, though. I mean, it wasn't like we got like a 20 total of what 20 minutes of sampling.
We had the goal against RSL away in season 1. He had that goal, which was pretty decent. But aside
he was
from
brought
that,
on to Bobby Dodd quite a couple times at the end of matches.
No, he wasn't. He's been brought on a couple times, I think. But
I mean,
what
distinctly remember him being brought on to. I can't tell you. I don't remember exactly.
Distinctly remember. I was just trying to think of what I'm trying to think.
I thought they brought him on and then he got injured or
he got a red card. One time.
Yeah, he got a red card immediately in that one game.
Then he vanished. But I think, look, if you're a goal scorer, you thrive
was
on
it
momentum.
New England? I think it was against New England.
Yeah,
maybe?
it was a terrible challenge. It was a stupid challenge.
7-0 game.
It was a stupid challenge. He came out at the very end, last 10 minutes, and he immediately was thrown out in the first minute. Yeah.
But the thing is, though, is if you're a striker, you need momentum. You need to be in the right headspace, and there are a couple positions where if you are not in the right headspace, it's over. You shouldn't even see the field. And striker and keeper are the two.
And if he's a striker, then we don't need him.
No, yeah.
Then if that's his role, but he's been playing on the wing. And so if he's not a striker and he's not and that's where he should be playing, he needs to go somewhere where he can get playing time as a striker.
But the hope is that when you have a striker with that size and that speed, if you can get his head right, that's an asset. And that's an asset that you can move and hopefully get something back. Even if it's
But he's regressing. That's the thing.
Yes, and at some point as an organization, you have to look at the man and say, can we save the man, yes or no? If we can't, then we have to let him go or get what we can.
I wonder if his MLS contract is up at the end of the season, because if it is, I wouldn't be surprised if he's moved on somewhere else.
I think he does need to move, though.
Yeah, because he's taken up a spot. And
I mean, not to mention that, it's like, as much as you can say that they've gotten past things, you probably have to imagine the off-field incidents last year didn't help his confidence
No,
or his
not at all.
being comfortable
Yeah, I'm
with
sure
the
it
team.
made Wings weird. I mean,
That
I'm sure
probably.
it made
I mean,
things
you
weird.
got to
yeah.
think that it might just be best for him to have a fresh start somewhere where he can
Yeah.
play some more. And because of the rules in MLS are so weird, in loaning and everything is so weird,
We
you don't
have
have an option
in
to do
MLS.
anything.
You're so limited in terms of the cap size and all these sort of things that each MLS slot is so important, especially for a team that wants to have the kind of depth we have.
Yeah.
And if you're just burning a slot to have this guy just ride the bench over at Atlanta too, it's just a waste. So.
Honestly, if we're looking at backup strikers, right, for Josef, Romario is obviously the first one that we discuss and we talk about. But the next one we would talk about as far as development and the ability to slot in and fully give us a spark on the creative front at the end of a match is Gordon Wilde.
Yeah.
He's before Brandon.
Yeah.
Hands down. So we're now talking about somebody who's a fourth-string striker.
And we played Tito as striker too.
I think Tito
So,
can play at striker,
yeah.
just not really for Frank de Boer because he seems to want his striker to drop back and be more involved.
It's unfortunate, but I mean, we talk about all the good, but that performance was unacceptable in my opinion for the level of what we expect. If he's got academy guys coming in there and blowing it out, and he's still treading water.
And
at this point.
you do have academy guys that are
and that's the
blowing
thing, and that's
it
what
out.
you want though. We're like he may survive like that in another MLS team.
What was it,
But
Jason
here it's
Conway?
It's too cut.
Jackson
Yeah,
Conway.
Conway.
yeah.
That
It's
kid's lighting
It's
it up.
too cutthroat. I mean,
No,
we have
it
academy
is.
guys
It is.
chipping at your heels to take your spot. And you got an MLS contract. You can't even hold an Atlanta United 2 spot.
Then you shouldn't be on that MLS team.
But watch him go somewhere else and explode.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and
He's
I
got
hope he does.
He's
In
a
the
physical
right-
specimen,
in
but
the
at the same
right
time,
system,
Yeah.
though, is the thing.
Yeah.
And in the right headspace. And I don't know what's holding him back or what's causing him to delay, but in the right headspace and in the right system, he can. And I believe in him. I think he can explode. But it's just a matter of finding the right
I
place.
don't think he's an MLS player.
I think if you
he's
put
USL
him
level.
I think if you put him with Toronto, I think if you put him with San Jose, and you gave him playing time,
San Jose, I agree with you.
yeah,
Yes.
and it said, "Hey, look, we are a young, rebuilding team, and Almeida is somebody who."
We're expecting to lose every game this year, so don't worry about it.
There's no pressure on you. Just come out and play and perform. What's your cap hit on a guy like
But
that?
how long can they expect to hold on to a coach at that level if there is no hope for that club?
Honestly, also Houston.
But he knows what it is, though. Almeida took the job.
Yeah, he
knowing
did come
was
out.
gonna
He
blow
did
it up.
finally come out and say like we are rebuilding a young
Yeah.
team, and this is going to be a
Right.
multiple-year project. But other than that, just want to talk on Julian Gressel briefly because it's already been hashed for a few days now. But it did come out that he and Atlanta United stopped talks. I tweeted out that I wasn't surprised. I mean, number one, I just don't think he's going to be here for much longer after his option is done.
Really? You think so?
I think after his option is done, he'll take maybe a one-year option and then take it from there. But it depends on a lot of factors, right? So number one, I don't think it's just him leaving the table. I think it's probably just a mutual agreement because the CBA could change everything, and that could be determined before he starts renegotiating for that. If Atlanta United want to pick up that option, right? And so there's a lot of possible things that could happen from this, but I just wouldn't be surprised if his agent is shopping around.
Oh, he should.
Germany.
If he's smart,
Yeah.
I think he should. I mean, I think if you're Atlanta United, you do whatever you can to keep control of the guy. If anything,
But if
maybe
someone comes
give him-
in and he wants to pay him $5 million a year,
well, maybe at
Yeah.
least you give him a contract to where you get a transfer fee out of
Right,
him.
right.
You cover it to
You
where
don't
you
let it
know-
wait too long.
No,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
let him walk for free because you
Yeah.
might be able to get a few mil.
You don't
out
wanna
of-
pull an
yeah.
Arsenal.
You
Yeah.
got a $5 million out of that guy. That's an incredible turnaround from a draft pick to $5 million, and he gets to play in Germany. I mean, yeah, it'd be sad to see him go, but that's incredible. And again, it's your model working.
And I think that's exactly what it's going to be, and that's why you have that club option. The club option isn't necessarily, hey, look, let's keep Julian here so we can have another title run. Is we need another year of control, so that way, whenever we sell this kid, we're going to be able to get something back from him, and that is the model in perfect function.
Isn't that crazy how it's just another player down the line that we've all as a fan base grown accustomed and attached to,
Yep.
that we truly love. But we know in hindsight and in reality, he deserves to play somewhere else.
he definitely deserves more than $110,000 a year.
He does.
MLS
He really
rules.
only
$1
does.
million at least.
But
at
I mean,
least.
again, if you get a CBA change, that could change everything.
And
I think,
but I don't think there's going to be this
No.
magic change.
No.
I think maybe
No.
I think there'll be improvements far above and beyond what was done in terms of the player side, because
it's
I
not
think
gonna be drastic.
I think they accepted too little last season, or last CBA. I mean, so there'll probably be more in it for the TAM adjustments, and to bring other players into the fold and be able to give raises faster, maybe even free agency quicker.
I think you can just open it up a bit more.
I think he's still going to be kind of trapped in that middle.
He is. I think he will be. Yeah.
And where he can't, maybe that even after this CBA, he still can't make more than $400K a year.
Is he a DP player? Is he worthy of DP money then?
No, I don't think so. I think he's right under that DP.
And you got to figure out
status.
some way. That's the thing. You have to figure out some way where you can get players paid in that middle
without
area.
having to make him a DP.
No, he's not a DP
and then
here.
buy them down.
But is he a DP? If he were to go to another team in MLS, is he a DP for another team?
Yeah, no, honestly, I think he is. But for this team, no, he's not.
Not for Atlanta
But
United.
that is exactly what Tanner is saying, that there needs to be this sort of middle margin where we can
he's breaking records on
his,
assists. I mean,
keep players of his caliber, but him not be DP. This is the growing of this league where we allowed and as Darren said, the pocket purses to be loosened. We have to be allowing for owners to spend more money if they want to. Why should we as a team be limited and prohibited to the restrictions that everybody else wants to do when they're not wanting to push the game forward by opening the purse strings, getting players of quality, growing the team, having it be a complete team in generality, and paying the
reason
players
why is
what they're
because you
worth.
still have owners like sex offending Robert Kraft.
Yes,
who is
and Kroenke,
who's still you look at the there's like 500 people showing up to the freaking game.
But the minute we stop doing what is good for the league because we're adhering to
hey, listen, I think if it was up to Don Garber, he would just make these changes, some of these changes. But it's not. It's by committee.
You have to protect some of the league as well.
The owners have a vested share in the league. They all share profit sharing. So it's,
but if you go back to the NASL and you go back to when money started congregating in just a couple of places, and then you had a couple of competitive teams outside of that, and it was the Atacama Desert after that. That's what you had in the early stages.
It's that fear-based parity.
But I don't think. But the thing is back then you could fail. I don't know if these clubs are going to fail now. I think it's at the point where if you allowed clubs to spend money, if a club wasn't doing well, you'd have someone come in and say, "I'm going to buy them because I see the value there."
That's also it too. Is now you have buyers. Now you have people interested in getting in on it.
Buy it. My thing is,
someone bought the Crew, and they can't put 9,000 people in the stadium. Yet they were purchased by the owners of the Browns, and they thought value because they thought they could do things better. That's huge.
But the owners came in. The original MLS owners came in at a completely different time. Their level of investment. And what they
we
were
had like 4 guys owning all the teams.
Yeah, but the thing is though is that now you have you have owners who are saying, "Hey, look, I initially bought into this thing expecting this type of investment. Now you're talking about trying to take it up another 3 levels, not just another level, but another 3 levels." And in their eyes, and by no means am I defending these clowns, because I think if you can't keep up, walk away from the damn table.
Exactly.
It's sports. It's consistently progressing. Why are you sitting down at square one?
Yeah.
And
Well, because 5 years ago, if they did change these rules, teams would have bombed out.
Yeah,
they would have failed.
But there is a safety net there now.
It's this whole chasing game. Like it's like, when is that right time to do certain things?
Well, I mean,
and the problem is these decisions aren't made every 6 months. It's made in these sometimes these vacuums every year or two, and the CBA's every so many years, and it feels like it just moves so slow because you don't have 1 or 2 people at the top that just make these decisions, right?
You got World Cup 2026 in 7 years.
Yep.
You need to raise the profile of the game as much as you can. And
we need progressing as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, Julian Gressel is the type of player that if you want to win CONCACAF Champions League, you have to have a player of his quality at least at every position.
At every position.
He's not the biggest star in the world, but if you have a team of his quality in every position and a few big stars, your team will be very good. And I'm not saying you have to unleash all the purse strings, but we have to stop trying to play this game of everyone's going to be the same, because you're going to have owners that want to spend money and owners that don't. That's how the game works everywhere else. I'm not going to be one of those Euro snobs that says we have to adopt all those rules, but it's like, look, if you're ambitious, that's what this country is as well, is ambitious. If you're ambitious and you want to win and you want to spend, let them spend. If you don't, then you have your spot. But it's just like, you're at a point now where if you want the game to explode and grow, you have to let these clubs have a bit more freedom.
Also, in the same regard for that, though, in the regards to like a player like Julian Gressel, why should we as a team have to let him go? Why can't
Why
we?
does Ajax have to let players go?
No, that's not the point. No, the point I'm making here is why can't we be the desirable team that he wants to stay at and play at?
Because we can't pay him.
Because we're not Real Madrid and we're not the 6 teams that can do that.
Well,
There's only like 5 or 6 teams in the world that people
raise the level of
But
your
that's
league.
that's not where he's wanting to go. He's wanting to go where he paid more. Why can't we not be a team that has the ability to attract
You have to
players
build to
of
that,
that
though.
caliber?
But
You have to build to that.
I understand that, but at the same time, it's good. Like, if we sell him, this is a good thing for everybody.
It's a good thing for everybody. And here's the difference between...
Like, sure, I'd love to see him as a career Atlanta United guy, but he's going to be, selling himself short.
Yeah.
Because until we get rid of the DP moniker status, it's just not, this is an issue. So, and I don't think that's going to happen.
I think
this
he's
next
$1 million.
CBA.
He's $1 million a year player. He deserves it. He'll never
here's
get it
the difference
here.
between this year, or this CBA, and the
And
last
he still
one.
has another year on contract. He's still technically under contract because the option.
The option's
Yeah.
there.
They're going to take up the option.
Yes,
But what you have is for the first time, a billionaire owner, not a Kroenke, who sits on has his Scrooge McDuck money bin that he never opens up. Instead, you finally have an owner in Arthur Blank who's talking to Don Garber and says, Don, we could have gone all the way in this tournament. We could have done it. I would have opened up. I would have spent any amount of money necessary to win this thing. And
You're
I can't.
hindering me.
Yeah,
Slowing
we
me
look
down.
like
Slowing you
MLS
down.
looked like clowns in the CONCACAF Champions League.
You as a franchise, not even as a franchise, but under the rules which you stipulated, I could not provide a team that can compete against Monterrey because they have players too deep at every position.
$15 million transfer player sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
So, Don, what do you want me to do?
If you want the level of this league to continue to rise and for it to compete with the other sports, the quality has to consistently be high enough to where people don't tune into a game and you're just like, you can still have those very MLS moments. You're like, what is going on right now? If you can afford those solid players that you can pay between $500 and $1 million a year that are solid players, then your quality of your league as a whole will be better, and then more people will watch, and then in turn you get more money. So like I think the money is there, the interest there, the sport is growing. You have to grow with it. Open up the rules. You don't have to do it 100%, but slowly do it, build up to it, because if you do it, our World Cup 2026, the sport could be insane in this country, and that could be one of the craziest parties this country has ever
let's
seen.
talk about some league news, because what it could also be insane is this idea that Pep Guardiola, what if he came to NYCFC? Well, what do you mean?
He can come to Atlanta United.
You're saying, well, what the hell are you talking about, Jay? Well, apparently Pep Guardiola has a clause rumored in his contract that when his contract expires with Manchester City, or should he choose to leave, that NYCFC must offer him the manager position.
Doesn't mean he has to say yes.
No, but you're talking to a
that's
man.
something that sounds like he put that in there. I don't think that's something that
when
they
he did
put in
his
there.
sabbatical before the Bayern Munich job, he lived in New York for a year. And I didn't buy this because I thought he was going to Brescia in Italy because he played there and he wanted to resurrect.
He says he
the club.
wants to go there at some point in time.
Yeah, but then Jason told me, he goes, just remember he lived in New York for a year. He loves it. When you look at a guy like Pep and he wants to prove that no matter what the league is, his system is the best. Bottom line, and so for a guy who learned at the feet of Cruyff, if he can take that model and bring it to NYCFC in a salary capped league and make it successful and turn that team into a juggernaut, what's left for him then?
He won't come to
National-
MLS with a salary cap. By the time he's a manager that you only bring him if you can afford to buy the players that he needs to play his system. And that's not saying like he's a checkbook manager. It's saying that you will win if you invest, but you have to invest. And if he can't invest and get the players he needs to play his system, then it's never going to work.
No, but you have to invest to make your team peer status.
Right, but even for him, he would probably lose his mind by having to have players play in a system that they cannot do it because you can't afford enough of them to have technically good players all over the pitch in MLS. And even if you do, they're not going to be good enough in other areas to make up for it. My thing is, if he ever wanted to come here, throw all the money at him because I'd love to have him, and we already have everything built.
Honestly, also that's another push forward toward getting rid of this idea of salary cap. If Pep comes in, that's another top quality. I mean, like I'm just saying,
I'm with
that
you.
There are movements and there are layers and there are parts of this entire puzzle that is basically pushing MLS to be like, look, we can be one thing if you just let go of this idea of a salary cap.
But But Atlanta United came in.
We're not getting rid of the salary cap.
But look, Atlanta United came in with a salary cap. And what was the game changer? What was the difference? It was Tata Martino. It was the fact that a world-class manager came in and said, I choose this league and I choose this team.
It's not the salary cap that's killing us. It's the DP moniker.
Well, it's not even... No,
because we're not
the
even...
DP
Like,
guys.
most of the teams are not even close to the salary cap. We're spending... I mean, like...
Then the league... Then we don't need to talk about raising the salary
cap. And the cap will keep growing. The thing is, the cap's easy, right?
Raise the floor.
Yeah.
Raise the floor, not the cap.
There you go. The starting money that you have to put in.
Actually, I agree with that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with that.
Because the cap's going to keep increasing. That's not...
Raise it to where your bottom level player is a very quality player.
Correct.
You can afford to pay
raise the bottom.
And stop having teams that say, we will make our money off of corporate sponsorship deals and few butts and seats and, whatever jersey sales and material.
I like that idea because the other news is Austin FC announced their plans as the 27th MLS franchise to complete their new stadium by 2021. And I think by 2021, we should say, Austin FC, you have to spend $1 million of this number of dollars to come back into the league. Play your players.
I'm not
not put on some shit product out there I'm
already not the biggest fan of them, so
I think everyone automatically dislikes them because of the owner.
I don't care. I don't care anymore.
I think it'll be an amazing away day.
Yeah, I don't care. I like Austin as a city. I love Austin as a city, so I think it'll be fine. But I just their owner. Nobody likes their owner.
Are they the
That's
trees? What are they? Is it the Austin FC trees?
The roots.
I don't think
it's just called Austin FC, but they have the tree and the roots.
I think they still need to have some time to figure out what they are.
Yeah.
To be completely honest.
Green and black are dope colors, though. I'm not going to lie.
But again,
problem is Precourse marketing company keeps trying to tell the supporters what they are.
That's also the thing that, hold on.
In
That's
marketing.
also the thing that I think is lacking in a lot of different markets is the marketing. Because there's a brand and identity between all of the MLS teams, and I think a lot of them are not honing in or owning up to what they are, and they have the ability to put more butts in seats if they understood what their demographics were. They appropriately reach them, which they're not doing.
The league can't even market themselves appropriately, so how you expect teams to do it?
Just
it's
do
just
what Atlanta United did.
Right, but I'm just saying, they spend the money, they
it's
get the
not
people.
even what Atlanta United did. It's what LAFC did. It's what LA Galaxy do. LA Galaxy, in a weird way, are still the reigning champs of fucking marketing.
You mean because of Zlatan?
Well,
no,
that's it. If you take Zlatan out of this past season, before Zlatan came here, LA Galaxy became a fucking wasteland of marketing.
They were trash.
It was nothing. It was crickets on. Don't even fucking tell me about this because I sat there and waited for the LA Galaxy when I started following Atlanta United. Right? Who was the team that I remembered? LA Galaxy's good. So whenever we see LA Galaxy, they're going to come and play and they're going to be awesome. Right? I'm going to follow their account. I followed their account. Fucking crickets all the fucking time. They did a horrible job until Zlatan Ibrahimovic came in. Once Zlatan came in, every other fucking tweet they do is a fucking Zlatan tweet.
Timeout.
And so I have to say that if you're going to use teams as an example of what to aspire to for marketing, LAFC is one. Atlanta United, LA Galaxy is not one of those.
Okay, this is
They're not one of those.
This is where I deter on the whole marketing scheme because we're talking about putting butts in seats. We're not necessarily talking about putting social clicks
one
on
decision
marketing.
to bring in Zlatan though is not what every team can do though.
Hold on.
That's not a model.
What I have noticed when I lived in LA with the LA Galaxy, even when they didn't have a Zlatan, is that there was still this idea, this nostalgia of going to an LA Galaxy game, whether or not.
And that died. And it died.
It didn't.
Not in
the city of.
They weren't filling the stadium. It was empty. There was empty seats. There was nobody going for a few seasons.
For a few seasons out of how many?
No, but I'm just saying that's important though because their model is bringing a big ass player name, and that's fine. But that's when you're talking about using examples of what teams are doing. Right,
it's a different way of doing it.
Right, but it's not the I don't think that's the going model that's going to be successful for most teams.
But LAFC's model is completely different from Atlanta's model. So each model
is different about it? They have young, exciting players. They have Rossi. They have.
The difference in the model is that Atlanta United is based on this community foundation, right? This idea that
LAFC would say the same thing.
I would agree, but I think the branding of LAFC is different. We don't look at it.
The branding is different, but the marketing is very similar in how they do the supporters. It's very honed in on the supporters. They give the supporters groups content to hash out, they get to tweet out stuff that's been produced.
There is a grit.
Yeah.
to LAFC, which is not showable in Atlanta United.
Well, it's an
There's
LA thing. Yeah, that's like,
But you have to understand that's in branding. That's in marketing.
Right.
That grit is a part of their identity.
I understand that.
That is completely different than what we see at Atlanta United.
I'm agreeing with you. I don't know why you're arguing. I'm saying LAFC has great marketing.
Okay.
What I'm disagreeing with you, and we're going to agree to disagree, is that
Okay.
LA Galaxy is not so great at marketing. They're good at buying big-name players and riding that fucking wave.
Okay, but the thing is that
That's
they've
and
learned,
that's not and I'm talking about their social media marketing. I'm talking the whole board.
But I'm talking about that is their model. Their model is to bring in that.
But the
next
problem with that
star.
model is you don't have that star, then your marketing sucks. Period. Like, so what are you doing when you don't have a big name star? That's the shit that I want to see
just get the
MLS
next
get
one.
over. No, fuck that. What is MLS going to get over this fucking bullshit?
It's
where
not,
they
it's
rely.
not MLS. It's just one team.
No, this is not just one team. NYCFC relied on Via. Now look at them. What are they fucking doing? Via's gone.
Via
Now they're
worked for
fucking.
their system.
Nobody's fucking.
No, but
everything's
no,
terrible.
NYCFC went through a series of those high-priced players that did not pan out.
Lampard,
Correct.
Pirlo.
Yeah, and then and look, I love Pirlo. I'm wearing an AC Milan shirt right now. Pirlo gave me so many happy memories. To watch him be less than a traffic cone in that blue jersey, it depressed me to no
To be
end.
fair, he moved slightly less than he moved before. It wasn't like he was running around the pitch like a crazy person.
No, he
just
wasn't.
got the ball and then made insane pass after insane
Exactly,
pass.
but the thing is though is that there will be teams, especially the larger, the super, like the top 5 market teams, that can say, you know what, we're gonna get big star, we're gonna ride the wave, big star, ride the wave. LA Galaxy, they take Zlatan, just like they took Beckham, and they put him on every damn TV show imaginable.
it's brilliant.
And
But the thing
Zlatan does all the work.
But Beckham
Because
did all the
Zlatan
work.
is Zlatan. Zlatan says great, funny things, and then they just have to
But
take that
Beckham-
video and then shoot
Beckham
it out
sounds like
out of their ass, and then that
Beckham-
makes
no, no,
likes.
no, no.
It's true.
Beckham sounds like a Muppet who got his
No, not
balls in
Beckham.
a
I'm
vice
not
grip.
talking about Beckham.
And they put him on
Yeah.
TV. They put him on TV, smiling and days. Hello.
David Beckham's an amazing human being.
He's
I
also
don't
one of the
know
most
anything about
attractive human beings I've
He
ever
is.
seen in my life. So
Thank
Okay,
God.
screw
You could-
all of
you
you.
could-
His wife is better than
you could
than
sound like a
him,
fucking
100%.
moron.
You
You
would
look
kill
like
him.
him. Yeah. I understand it. Listen, I'm not saying that everybody shouldn't do what they do best, but what I'm saying is that we have to get to a place in this league. No, I'm
with you. I'm with you.
I'm saying good. Do
We all
if
agree.
that's your fucking thing. But then you also have to supplement when you don't have a big star. What's your fucking strategy?
That's my
because
concern.
But
you're
they're
leaving.
winning games without him right now.
Because you're
Are they not?
Yeah.
They're winning games
What does
without
winning
him right
have
now.
to do with marketing?
No. But okay. So here's
I mean,
the thing.
winning helps,
Just
but I
like
mean,
any
you have to be able to
league-
market when you're not winning.
Scalado, they're marketing Scalado. They're marketing
go to
their
any league
players.
around the world. Any league around the world, and you will find teams that market their teams, that market themselves in radically different ways. No, some people just get the superstars. They don't build up depth. It doesn't matter.
But you
Like, look
can't
at Chelsea.
afford to go in these
Chelsea
debt.
buys.
Those
They
teams
don't build anything.
but those teams always have a new star coming in. LA Galaxy hit this period where it was like a fucking desert.
because
There
that was a team leadership issue.
Well, because they missed on Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard was a flop. That was supposed to be their bridge between Donovan
And to me,
whoever
if
was
your
next.
marketing strategy
Relies on
means
that.
that you could hit a desert for 2
That's
or
a
3
problem.
seasons, that's a problem. And that's
I
what I'm
agree.
saying. Like, other teams in other leagues couldn't afford to have that happen. And this parity thing allows that to happen, right?
That's fair.
Because you could have like a fucking few seasons where like you go and nobody fucking knows who the hell your players are, and you're still
But let's look
you're
at
still getting revenues.
Let's look at Atlanta United. Let's point that mirror back at ourselves for a minute.
Yeah.
Because in the 200 section, there were a bunch of fans behind me, and people, and I'm just waiting for the Orlando people to dive into my mentions. There were so many people who said, "Hey man, this ain't nearly as exciting as it was last year, man. Where's that Argentine guy? Bring him back.
Yeah,
This ain't the
yeah.
same." Our identity is fast, badass, balls out attacking soccer, and for the fact.
To be fair, you didn't get that all the time under
No, you
Tata
didn't.
either.
But,
No,
but there's that mythology behind
the
it.
expectation
But-
level is
but
different now.
The
Yeah, that also
capability
comes
was
with
there.
a fan base that's new into the sport. Before we leave the whole marketing thing, I just want to say that I'm actually kind of concerned about Miami being the same thing as
Oh my
LA,
God, yes.
but being the LA Galaxy of the East,
Absolutely.
because their whole thing right now is an absolute shit show. Like, where
Absolutely.
they're playing as a stadium, trying to get that whole thing
The
sorted.
fact that it's going to be in Fort Lauderdale and
and
not
doing a photo
Miami.
op in front of all those
in
weeds.
front of all those
Oh my
weeds. Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't understand what they're trying to do, but I'm very concerned that you've had very good expansions recently with
Yes.
Cincinnati, with Atlanta United. I think Nashville's getting their shit together.
Yes, they are.
You had LAFC, And now I'm really worried that Miami could be a bust because I was excited when they were announced. I was excited when the colors came out. I'm like, this is really cool.
The logo, everything.
The logo. But then I saw the whole complex they want to build is cool, but I think the stadium looks kind of weird and kind of small. It's not in Miami, which is a big problem for me because if you're Miami FC, you should be in fucking Miami.
You should be in Miami.
And I don't see them as a club that, for everything they failed to do so far, how are they going to get a team together? How are they going to get a roster together?
But watch them end up bringing in a Griezmann, then all of a sudden they blow the top off the league. So that's what's so irritating is it's such a crapshoot with some of these fucking teams.
But Griezmann's going to come here because he thinks he's going to play in Miami.
Right.
And then he's going to show up in Fort Lauderdale.
But if you're playing
in front
in
of
a
20,000 people, and he's going to be like, what the actual hell did I sign up for?
He's not going to come play if they're still playing in that shit stadium that hasn't gotten done because they haven't figured out how to get the damn thing built.
No, he's going to go to China.
And that's the thing that worries me is that you still have, if you want to bring the money thing into it, I think your first concern, you need to have your teams playing in soccer stadiums. You can't have them playing in empty football stadiums or in crap old dumpy stadiums. You have to have good facilities because you're not going to get a Griezmann if you don't have a good facility. Even if the money's there, he's not going to be like,
I'm telling you guys, there's a lot of money to be made at some point. If you start a marketing consultancy for soccer right now, as these teams are burgeoning and about to realize they need to grow their marketing budgets.
You guys can work on stadium, and I can work on approaching fans because I can tell you right now, there are so many teams who are not approaching their fans appropriately.
They don't even talk to them.
Nor are they approaching the markets and the demographics appropriately.
Let's talk about that.
You have to take what's important to your city and take that and mold that. And Atlanta did that, and LAFC did that.
And I agree, and that's the important thing. And kudos to LA Galaxy for all their Zlatan marketing, and they're doing a great job. But
I'm not gonna stand on the LA Galaxy train, but there are things that I have noticed.
They're not even in my top 5 of marketing right now. I'm not looking back a year, like 5 years ago.
I have my statue outside the stadium.
I'm just saying, stop living in the fucking past, guys. Stop living in the fucking past. We're looking forward. If we talk about looking forward to Cincinnati, fantastic supporters culture. They just destroyed New England. They never.
New England's terrible.
Even bothered. But what's
Friedel's getting sacked.
That's what I want to talk about.
Friedel's getting fired.
Brad Friedel criticized at halftime Cincinnati's playing style, saying they were too defensive. But you watch the game, they were not sitting back at all.
No.
They have just great defensive shape, and kudos to Greg Garza for being able to go to another team with that kind of supporter culture, so that he's not just like going from us to some bullshit like in New England.
Absolutely.
Right.
He deserves a city and a team.
Yeah,
So I'm glad to see him.
Not only that, but a captain's armband.
Yeah,
that's amazing to see as well.
But Brad Friedel criticized their style, and then of course his own teams. He does this all the time. He's like, we don't try hard enough or whatever. This whole
sounds like a very Jose Mourinho tactic.
Old school,
cranky
old man style. Then he proceeded to apparently have a closed door meeting, then went and talked to the press and told everything that happened in the closed-door meeting.
So what's the point of the... Yeah, he's getting... Well, I mean, actually, he probably already would be fired if he had an owner that actually knew he was the coach of the team.
Yeah, he's so busy worrying about his legal troubles right now, I don't even think he's...
I don't think it's on his radar,
is just like,
to be honest.
whatever.
The only thing we can hope for is that he sells the team to somebody...
When was the last time Bob Kraft was pictured at a Revolution game?
I don't know.
Do those pictures exist?
Yeah, he's been to games, but it's been I don't know. I can't remember the last time I saw.
Was he actually watching the game, or was he getting a massage?
But
you mean was he in a parlor and they have a small little video just recording of it?
Who knows?
Streaming.
Who knows?
Okay, now you're getting expanding on that.
I mean,
wow.
I don't know why I'm going into this vision in my mind, but apparently
I don't think they have a sting operation set up at Gillette Stadium.
I will say this. I will say this that everything that we're talking about with Friedel tells me that it's a manager who knows he's lost his team a long time ago.
Sounds like Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
And you know what happens to those people? They get fired when your owners actually.
And then they become TV analysts.
Yeah. And then try to get jobs at other places until better people get them, like Zidane.
So looking ahead, guys, Columbus Crew, we're back in action this Saturday. And, one of the things that people are going to be looking for immediately is some level of improvement, right? I don't think that necessarily has to be a win. Of course, I think we need a result.
I'd say not losing on the road would be improvement at this point.
Correct.
But also, if we don't get a win, if we get a draw, or even if we lose, if we show that we have improved, that we're actually creating chances, and we're doing these things that we haven't been doing in terms of just looking exciting. That's what we talked about. Darren Eales said that we will remain a exciting attacking soccer team, and so there's expectations. And Tito Villalba alluded to this in the article, the Dirty Soccer article, that that he believes that this is something that we're on the verge of again. So
I think that. And I talked about it in the blog that we do last week
on the Gwinnett Daily.
How I think, and I've been a critic of Frank DeBoer, as many of you know, especially if you've seen my fan cams. I'm worried about him, but I think that he does need time. I think we are allowed to be frustrated when you're not playing well, but also you have to understand that not everything happens overnight. It takes time to build into something that's new, and maybe sometimes evolving takes a little bit longer than you want it to, but if, say come June, May, we're still not creating chances or anything, then you have a problem. But you have to believe that the front office knew what they were doing. So many people were already like, are Darren Eales and Carlos Bocanegra actually that smarter? Was Tata just lucky?
Yeah,
it's
everybody didn't become stupid overnight.
They didn't become stupid overnight. Like they didn't luck their way.
Just like PT didn't stop becoming a good soccer player.
They didn't luck their way into doing everything they've done so far with this team. So we just have to trust them, see if they can improve, and continue to build on that. And maybe the reason he was playing with the handbrake on was because he did not trust his team enough to let them fully go yet within his system. If he never does that, then we'll have a problem. Yeah. But once they understand what he wants and how he wants them to move and interchange positions and defend, when he feels comfortable with that, then he has to let them go. But if they never get there, that's his fault. And if he never lets it go, that's his fault. Then you can talk about sacking him. But that takes some time.
And I have said since minute one, you're not going to see this team until June, the way that it really needs to be.
You don't play like Barcelona overnight.
Exactly. And
Barcelona doesn't play at Barcelona overnight. They've had seasons where they go from the treble to getting booed by their own fans.
Amen.
So.
Yeah, and that's going to happen at every club in world
when
football.
There's major changes.
Whether it's Man United, doing well under Ferguson and being shit for the last 5 years. By the way, Ole's at the wheel. Had to get that in. You will have big clubs that struggle. Arsenal is one of the best clubs in world football in the 90s and early 2000s, and they have struggled since basically they built a stadium. Big teams will struggle. You will have points in time where you're like, why are we not playing well? At Man United, I had to deal with a team that is used to high-flying attack and built on attack and going forward, playing dull, boring, sideways, backwards football that infuriated me. Yeah. The club came wise to that eventually now, but it takes time sometimes. Atlanta United is very clear. They interact with their fans more than I've seen almost any club do. They are aware that people are frustrated. If something's not matching their vision, they'll act on it. But also right now, who do you go get if you sack Frank DeBoer?
Right, exactly.
Like, there's nothing you're going to do. You have to give the man time. If you sack him, who's going to get the job?
Brad Friedel may be available in a few months.
How about no?
But there's more to it. There's there's levels to this shit. There's more than just the first team. You have to look at the fact that they're building the academy, rebuilding the academy ground up. The way that the academy players are developed, the way their nutrition, their training, everything is going to be rebuilt. And when you talk about the ability, the margin of raising a player, we talked about it with Gressel, the draft pick, selling them. If you get $5-10 million, the value is tremendous. Whenever you look at getting an academy player and raising them up from nothing and then selling them $5-10 million, that's tremendous value for your club. Frank has full operational knowledge on how to do this, more than Tata Martino did.
Absolutely.
He's going to build this thing up. You are building not
It's
just,
a long-term investment.
Yes, you're building a system, not just a team, a system, ground up. You're going to build this club for the next 20 years if you do it right.
I think we want to be the Barcelona of MLS. And I'm going to be honest, I'm fine with that. It just takes a while to get there. And again, we're in year 3. We've got a championship already. Life's pretty damn good.
Yes.
We're filling a bunch of people
Can
in.
I be that
negative?
person?
No, all right. I'm going to be angry at Kelly now.
I'm not going to be negative. I just would like, from the 2 of you or the 3 of you, to give me an idea that if things don't change, at what point do we say things have not changed?
August.
I'd say August.
Yeah.
I think that how the
Are
East
we
is
all
this year.
collectively agreed that if things have not changed in August?
No.
If not
I don't know.
August,
I give him a full
sacking him,
season.
or are we talking about
Considering rechanging.
I'd almost write this season off
May.
now that I
Next
think about
May.
it. Next May. I'd say
Next
because
May.
you have Gold Cup and international
next
stuff
May?
this year.
A whole year.
Yeah.
You have if you're going to sack someone in Atlanta United's case right now, we are in the position where we can go get anybody for a manager.
Okay, so hold on. A whole year. This is also excluding the fact that we will not get U.S. Open Cup.
Okay.
We've never gotten used to
Yeah,
that was new.
Okay.
No, hold on. The reason is CCL qualification. We
Well,
will
I
not get
understand
any
that,
CCL
But
qualification.
it's a 2-year running points
Okay.
total, and we have more points than anyone else. So even if we did
barely
mediocre
make
this
playoffs
year,
if we make playoffs.
Okay.
we'll make playoffs.
If we make the playoffs, he's not going anywhere.
If he doesn't make the playoffs
in
then yes,
August,
he'll
if
get
it looks
sacked.
like we're already like pretty much done in terms of the playoff
hold on,
line,
'cause
that's where I start
the
to
reason
question
I'm
what's
looking
going
at
to
this
happen.
is Nick is saying okay with all this.
Yeah.
Nick, if you think we don't make the playoffs this year, that he still gets till next May.
Keep in mind, my team is AC Milan. We are under the sword of Damocles when it comes to financial fair play. We are not improving nearly as rapidly as I want, but there are improvements. Right, we talk about building, and now we are more competitive. We were nothing last year,
Well,
and
now
we're
you
in
have
Champions League
a
spot.
decent-ish owner who might sell you on to someone who will actually be able to afford the club.
Yes.
That helps.
That
But I
helps.
also- we're also
hold
in
on,
a-
let me
yeah.
get my thing here, because you gave me the look of 1,000 daggers when I said next May, and the reason why I say next May is because we have to see what happens going forward with the players that he brings up, not just the players who are on the roster
that's true.
currently, because not those players came in and they fit Tata's system. But if you have players who are coming in now who fit Frank's system and they perform at a higher level, and you can see that when player X, Y, and Z are in, the level of play went up. So
When you've actually got winger depth that know how to play in his
you
style
have
of system,
fullback depth,
yeah.
and you're not relying on
so now
whatever.
Yeah. So now we can see that maybe we weren't able to get this kind of development on our timeline to make the playoffs and be successful and win the Open Cup or whatever. But we can see measurable improvement. Then you got to give him the next May.
and because you have to be able to find someone to replace him.
I think
Yes.
I think Frank's saving grace, or Frank, I've been told by Igor, who's Dutch, did my tattoo from Portland. Shout out. Says Frank. What I have to remember too is, if he, even if like we barely crawl into the playoffs, if he's playing a fun, attacking style, he'll be fine. Where he's going to get into trouble is if people stop showing up because it's just boring as shit.
Yeah.
And that's honestly a lot of the commentary I've been getting from people who have been going to the games, who aren't in the supporter section like I am, is this is boring.
Well, they're right. It was boring.
it is boring.
I mean, it was hard to watch. It was hard to watch. So I think, and that's what when we talk about the Columbus game, right? For me, I just want to see some level of improvement. I don't think he still had much time. We had guys on international break, right? They're coming back. We have more injuries and stuff like that.
The New England game, I think, is more honestly.
That is more of a. We're going to have a team that is dreadful.
You have to beat New England.
We have to be able to rake them,
Slaughter.
just kill them, and do it in an attractive style, not a 1-0, boring game. I'm sorry, like just
Put
go
3
all
or
out.
4 on the board.
Yeah, and then that will be an interesting litmus test because if we don't show improvement or an attacking or attractive style of soccer at that point, the fans are gonna start to just blow up. They're just going to lose their fucking minds.
It's honestly at that point about shots on goal. It's about the stats that you want to talk about. We can talk about percentage of possession all day long. But I'm just saying, if we do not have percentage of possession as well as shots on goal, there's an issue there.
So we talk about losing fans. Are any of you guys on the Atlanta United ticket exchange?
Oh God, no.
Okay.
I am
I've
because I
never
need to
sold a
sometimes
ticket.
sell tickets, but other than that,
I can tell you that there are people who are trying to sell tickets and then they make some comment of, oh, well, it's so boring, whatever. I don't know if I'm going to go this week. And there's like 15 comments below them, like, I've been waiting on the season ticket list for a year and a half.
Shut your dirty mouth.
Give me the damn tickets
To be
right
fair,
now.
I'm fine with that. If people give up their season tickets because we have like a shitty 6
There will be
months,
more people
good.
waiting in line.
Like
yeah.
there's people willing to take
Yeah,
your place,
but-
and if you're not willing to accept that
I
you're
will
not going to
also
look
agree with that.
sometime, like having a bad 7-8 game run. That happens in a season.
Yeah.
You can have a bad 7-8 game run and still win a title.
Yes.
Like, we might just be bad right now. I think the other thing that would involve getting Frank de Boer fired is if he just pisses off the entire dressing room and everyone
if he
hates
loses
him.
the dressing room.
yeah, that's the problem.
that's
That's
how
the
you get
locker
sacked.
room issue.
But from the sound of it, the players, they don't sound like they think the system and formation are the issues. They just haven't even had time to
They haven't
train
had
together.
time. They'll be playing once a week now,
They're
so they
all
can play a
frustrated.
game, they can train, they can learn, they can improve, as opposed to playing a game, not being able to train because you're you're flying everywhere. You have to rest and take care of your body, so you can't train. You can't. I honestly think the reason that they've looked so bad is because he kept talking about you have to play 11v11 in practice. I swear down that I think these matches were basically Ursat's training sessions, where he's like, you're going to go out there and play this system because I cannot get you in an 11v11 situation at any other point in time right now.
So we're just
we're going to go out and we're going to do it in the game. Fuck it, we'll do it live. And that's what they tried to do. And it's been frustrating, but they're learning. And if they don't learn and they don't show learning, like what you're saying, they don't show that improvement, then it's like, all right, what are we doing now? But I can at least understand him trying to play the same thing over and over.
It sounds like there's an open dialogue with the team, too, where the players and the coach are talking about
that's very important,
which is good to hear. So,
well, also ownership, because I'm sure ownership said, look, Frank, you don't have to worry about riding the brake, buddy. Open it up, because that's what the fans want.
And there's so many positives with their young players doing well at Lane United 2 right now, and like we talked about and stuff like that. There's still so much time, so much, and this is a league where you can, even if theoretically we didn't make the playoffs, right, which is not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. But if we didn't make the playoffs, this is a league where you could come back and win the trophy the next season. I mean, the parity is real. So as much as we complain about salary caps and this sort of stuff, it's also to our benefit because you can come back and just completely blow it out of the water the season after. So
I would actually really love this, and I don't think it's possible, but it's in my mind for like giggles. If we, as Atlanta United, won the Supporter Shield, and New York Red Bulls won the Cup.
Why would you even say that?
That's not going to happen.
Why would you even say anything about Red Bulls winning
Because,
MLS Cup?
Honestly, they should win the MLS Cup.
Nah, bump that. If you can't fill your stadium, you don't deserve to win an MLS Cup.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
That should be a
Fill
rule.
your stadium
If you get
first.
an MLS Cup and you haven't filled a quota of your stadium, you have to give it to the second place team.
You have to give it to the second place team. VAR, video assistant review, your fans suck, therefore
I love
you don't
that
deserve
idea.
it.
Let's do that.
This makes me so mad. Just
and
anybody
it'll
with
go
the
to-
Red Bulls marketing team, please contact me. Let's work this out.
If you can't fill a percentage, if you can't fill at least 25% of your stadium on average, then it goes to an MLS fan vote. And Atlanta United probably wins.
Probably.
That's so
Did Julian
ridiculous.
Gressel win, by the way, for the German?
It's going for another week or two.
It's like April something.
Yeah, so
he's going to win.
It's a whole
Yeah,
other
yeah.
If
week.
you just keep letting, because you can vote multiple times.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
I know.
so
I've
if you
noticed.
I don't think the German association knew what they were
What they were getting into
No,
when they did
no.
this. No,
If you guys
not
don't
at all.
know, he's been nominated to become the
German ambassador.
German football ambassador.
German
Yeah.
football ambassador, right?
One last thing, really quick, on Frank before we move on.
Oh, okay.
One thing, his best buddy, Edwin van der Sar, right?
Yeah.
Right. Who's like
I love that man.
Who's a very high level
He was-
official
he-
with Ajax. Yes.
Yeah.
He
He
was
was
at-
CEO of Ajax.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
do you not think that Van der Sar would not say, you know what, I have some guys who aren't playing that could really use some more
Wasn't
minutes.
he at the
Hey,
draft
Frank,
with them? He was sitting with them?
Yeah, he was.
They were on winter break, Ajax were, and they were playing in a little mini friendly tournament just to keep match fitness in Orlando. So he was there with Ajax, but like
hanging out with Frank de Boer
here's
at
the
the
only
draft.
problem with that though is that involves international slots, which we don't have unless you get rid of that rule. You can't bring those guys in.
CBA.
You also have but I think you still would rather have them protecting American players to a degree to where I don't think you'll have enough spots to bring over young Dutch players. Not saying if we had one or two here and there,
Yeah,
but
that's
also
what I'm saying. I'm not saying
but
import the
also,
team, I'm just saying one
if
or
they're
two.
good enough, I think Ajax is playing them and they wouldn't be sending them here.
Okay, here's my question about the whole international and protecting American players.
What?
Does it protect American players if we are hindering the amount of international players that can come, or is it deterring them because they're not able to grow to their full potential because they've got to be better than the international players that are coming in?
Well, for what it's worth, every league has a homegrown type rule where you have to have. I think maybe
Ours isn't even the strictest.
Yeah, it's not actually Atlanta's isn't even. I mean, not Atlanta. MLS isn't even that strict compared to other leagues where you. I mean, for instance, Italy, you couldn't have more than you couldn't have any foreigners up to the 80s, and you could have one, and then it ended up being three. But it's like with MLS. I think maybe if you flip it around and say you have to have a minimum of homegrown players or players who were trained in your country, that's fine as opposed to restricting foreign internationals.
Right.
I think there's a way you can do it where you have to have X amount of Americans. My opinion is the higher quality of the league, that means the Americans that do get through it will be better. And even if you have less of them, your national team will be better for it because you'll have less players, but they will
And the
be
thing
much
is,
more skilled.
you know,
that's my point.
If
Thank you.
if more teams are following our model, they're only going to be around a year or two before they're moved on anyway.
Exactly.
So-
All right. Sorry, I ran
Yeah,
off
that's
the
okay.
rails on that.
So Atlanta United 2 has some upcoming matches. They're playing St. Louis FC on Saturday, March 6th. They're exciting to watch, guys. It just is so much more fun to watch them on an actual soccer pitch
Yes.
at Kennesaw. Sorry, Gwinnett Stripers. Just It's just better. So you can check them out at 7:30
It's also
p.m.
closer.
Depending on where you live.
Depending on where you
yes,
live.
that's how geography works.
It is closer. For
I'm with
some,
you.
it is
I'm with you.
farther away.
I'm with you because
There are a lot of people that live in Gwinnett that would say, "Go fuck yourself." It is no
not
lot
closer.
It's what used to be 2 minutes for me.
I could walk. Now I can't.
I'm sorry, but getting to Gwinnett for me means losing like 3 oxen fording the river and
I
Timmy
agree.
dying of dysentery. So
I think for most of us, Gwinnett is very difficult.
Yes.
But there's a
I
huge,
never went to a game in Gwinnett.
No.
There is a huge Atlanta United contingent in Gwinnett.
Oh, absolutely.
They are massive.
Yeah, they are
and
very large.
And I feel bad because they were so important to our supporter section and all that sort of stuff. So
But
they
this
have to go
stadium
further.
and this
but
field fits perfectly
It was
to what
built
Atlanta
for
United
soccer.
is.
and the
It was built
camera
for
angles on TV look better. Everything looks better. And then they play at Memphis 9:01 on Wednesday.
What a name for a
The
team.
10th.
I love that.
Followed by playing at Kennesaw, North Carolina FC. Some upcoming events, guys. The Dogwood Festival's coming up. I think Atlanta United's going to have a tent there and all that. So I'm sure maybe we'll see some pop-ups or something like that, as well as the Amplified Decatur Music Festival on the 13th in April. And then there are no player appearances. Although, like, I check out the player appearance website, and I didn't see anything about this Gladiators match yet. I was getting tweets all up in my timeline yesterday when we were hanging out with Breck Shea of people getting their picture taken with the players at the Gladiators hockey match, the minor league hockey team.
I had no idea it was happening.
Where does
until
this
I
stuff
saw
get
photos of it
posted?
also.
that was through the Gladiators, and I want to say the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was not
Like,
through the team.
But there are people, like, I see the same faces at every event that
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, how are you hooked into like, I thought I had to keep track of what's going on. There are some of y'all that are just crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you have, like, a special pager that goes off, like Google Alerts.
Baller alert.
Or,
I feel like
They
the
follow
one
them on
person you're,
Snapchat?
you're referring to is Percy Herrera.
well, Percy's one of them. Also, Anne, I think. And, yeah, there's a number of
I
people.
feel
just
like
see-
Percy has like the in with the Gladiators for some
Oh,
reason.
yeah.
So I'm like, I feel like Percy would know.
Percy, hook me up with some tickets, man.
Yeah.
Have any of those players ever actually played hockey in their life?
I don't know.
Just for lulz?
LGP tried to shoot towards goal and missed incredibly.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah,
Bless his heart.
He was on the ice.
yeah, he was on the ice.
Oh, God. Don't let him on the ice.
No.
No, he
no.
wasn't standing on the ice. He was standing on a piece of carpet that was on the ice.
As Jose
But he was
Mourinho
trying
can
to-
say, even the carpet isn't safe.
That's correct.
Even the carpet in your Russian league
Can
is
you
not
imagine
safe.
if he got injured on the ice
Oh
for
my
that match?
God.
Like, oh, you've never lived that
I'd
down.
boycott the Gladiators just for that.
Guys, we're up to 80 reviews on iTunes. Please do
Yes.
leave us an iTunes review. If you do, we will read it out loud
Once
on
we
the
get to
podcast.
100, we are going to do some sort of a giveaway.
That's right. We'll give away all of Tanner's Manchester United jerseys.
Yes, we will. All of them.
That's not going to happen.
Including all of his scarves as well.
That's a
He's
lot.
got a lot of
Not
scarves.
going to happen.
Again,
Definitely gonna happen.
if you guys weren't aware, Atlanta Beer Bus is now offering a shuttle to the Gulch for tailgates from Second Self Brewery. So the shuttle starts 4 hours before kickoff when the tailgate starts and ends an hour after the match.
That's a good deal.
So tickets are just $15. You could use
Whoa,
our
whoa,
promo
whoa,
code.
How much?
15
$15. So, and you could use the Unrel promo code for
promo
20%
code for it,
off.
20% off. So
And
you're
basically,
$10.
you don't have to pay for parking.
Nope.
You can get drunk. You
Yep.
can also then get picked up and brought back to your car.
Yep.
All for under $15 if you
for
use
yeah.
the promo code
That's insane
Unreal.
value.
Yeah.
Isn't that
That's
insane?
So why are you not
And you can drink
using
on
that?
your way to the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AtlantaBeerBus.com.
Legal.
You
Is
can
it
you can drink at that Second Self and then get on the bus and then drink
Yeah.
at the Gulch and then drink at the game.
Well, hopefully
and then
not
get on the
drinking a
bus.
lot because you still have to get to your car and then drive home.
Yeah.
So
Well, you drink. That's why you
Right.
pregame,
Yeah.
sober up during the game.
Yeah.
And you get,
Yeah.
drink responsibly, please. AtlantaBeerBus.com. Create your own beer adventure. Yeah, guys, I want to thank you for coming on. Nick, where can we find you? Tell us about soccer over there.
Okay, so soccer over there, typically on Monday nights around 6:30, 6:30, depending on schedules. It's myself, Jason Longshore, John.
And that's under the
Nelson.
Soccer Down Here podcast?
That is. It's
Okay.
on the Soccer Down Here app.
Yep.
Feel free, just tune in. We always have some special guests. We are trying to get some people on from the wonderful nation of Italy pretty soon. Hope to get them on.
And where can they find you on? Where can they find you on Twitter?
You can find me at Nick Aliffi or search the Garlic Bread Warlord.
There you go. And Tanner, where can we find you? What's it all about?
Well, pretty much everything is through Atlanta United Fan TV for me, so I'm just going to say follow Atlanta United Fan TV if you have not already, but if you're watching this, let's be honest, you probably have. I'm going to be honest, I do not know my Twitter name, and so right now it is
He's
at
literally looking
TW
for it.
McLeod. I had to look it up.
TW Cloud.
He had to
TW
look it up.
McLeod.
He
I
literally
had
had to
to
open
look it up.
Twitter and look
You're
it up.
so humble,
I
Tanner.
do not know the name of my own Twitter, and if you want to find me on Instagram, I don't know what that name is either.
no one's
yeah.
going to.
Talking to the microphone, Tanner.
Nobody
I'm sorry.
cares about Instagrams. They just go to Kelly's Instagram. Everybody's all about Kelly.
Pretty much just tweet about sports, mostly
Good.
Manchester United and Atlanta.
So please go to the Atlanta United Fan TV YouTube channel, like, subscribe, share. You'll see content with Kelly, Jessica, and I as well up on there. We're doing a lot of cool stuff as we talked about earlier in the pod. You can find us at UnrealATL on all the social media. You can find me, JAY_Riddle on Twitter.
And you can find me at the Kelly Francis on all the social medias.
And you can find Jessica at Jessica ATLUTD. And guys, have a good one.